TGIF, welcome to Wake Up Real Estate, Friday, February 2nd. I don't know if Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow or not. Doesn't really matter. Let's be honest. I mean, I know it's something we do here in Pennsylvania, but I mean, let's be honest. It doesn't have a whole lot of bearing on much of anything. It's going to be cold for a while, regardless. Anyway, that's not what you came here for. You came here for Follow-Up Friday. I've got my weekly email newsletter that you can swipe and deploy. I mean, you kind of have to tweak it, but you can take the idea and run with it. I've got something else on the follow-up front that has been working really well this week, which is, it's not a new idea. It's just something that we recommend that you do often. That's just happens to be working really well this week. And Ryan, I don't know what you have on the follow-up front, but we're also going to keep it short and sweet because I am behind on things. I got behind yesterday. It was my birthday. I did kind of, take it easy a bit. So I've gotten behind a little on things and need to catch up here and clean up my inbox. Does that guy have a name from that? I don't think he has a
Caddyshack. I don't. Yeah,
the Caddyshack Gopher. I mean, he's one of the better.
Is he a gopher?
He is a gopher, but who cares? I mean, they look the same. I don't know, like groundhog, gopher, whatever, aren't they?
Oh, wow.
They're like pretty much the same thing. Anyway, if you don't see the screen, you can't see the screen. It's a dancing gopher from the Caddyshack movie, and it's groundhog friendly homes. What would make it groundhog friendly?
Just that they have 1+ acres. I don't know.
There you go.
There you go. I'm pretty sure Mike can corroborate. I'm pretty sure my father-in-law shoots them with a 22 here and there. But you need acreage to be able to do that. Yeah, so I should be groundhog hunting friendly homes with 1+ acres in Union County, PA.
Enough land that you can shoot groundhogs and not get arrested.
I don't know. It was a stretch, but you can do something groundhog related today if you want, or not.
Well, the dancing gopher is certainly a pattern interrupt. I mean, if you see that in your Facebook feed, you're gonna stop. I mean, you can't not look at the gopher. And Mike says, I cannot confirm or deny.
Can you hear the Caddyshack song when you see that guy?
Oh, of course. Are you kidding?
You can't see that.
Right. Yeah. Don't nobody worry. Anyway. Yeah, there you go. Whatever. So on the follow-up front, well, this is a good follow-up. I mean, the social boast of the day is a good way to follow up, or at least try to stay top of mind with your audience. Two things along those lines from what we've been doing this week. Number one, we have a separate CRM for our mortgage business, and it's a Go High Level white label. It's a white label version of Go High Level, and there are lots of cool bells and whistles with it. One of the things, if you have, many of you listening have some white label version of it because you bought something and it came with a white label version of it.
iList also. Yeah.
So one of the things that we've been doing the last few weeks that seems to be getting better results. I can't tell you specific numbers, but you can send an email to 100, 500, 1,000, 2,000 people, but you can send it in drip mode. Okay. Yes. Drip mode. So instead of like in Get Response, which I'm going to show you next, my Get Response email blast, where you hit send and it tries to send it to all 75,000 or 7,500 contacts all at once, which is problematic. Even if you're using a platform like Get Response and so forth that is designed to get deliverability, what we're finding is when we send in drip mode, and I'll explain what that means, we're getting way more response, which to me means it's probably ending up in their primary inbox more predictably or consistently.
Is that sending straight through your Gmail account instead of through the SMTP? That could be the technical reason why. It might have something to do with the way High Level handles those. But yeah.
For example, this week, yesterday, I had 2 segments of contacts in that account, and I set it up to send out 2 different email messages. This isn't, you can text drip, you can drip text also. This is drip drip mode email. I set up 2 different emails, and they're scripts that, we talk about often here. The one is, are you still interested in getting a mortgage pre-approval? In fact, it's the script from this week. One of them was, are you still interested in getting a mortgage pre-approval, or are you not that far along in the process yet? Okay. The other one was specifically for the HELOC leads that we've been generating. And so it was a similar script, but it was specific to, are you still interested in our 5-day HELOC ? Okay. So nothing unique or different there, but sending it in drip mode and sending 1 email per minute. So, 1 per minute. And that's one of the reasons why I want to keep this short and sweet, because my inbox is full of people who are replying by email saying, yes, I'm still interested. Or do you do commercial? Or can you help me? I'm self-employed. Or what about a bank statement? Like it is way more than anything I've ever done, sending a blast with the same exact script.
Well, the nice thing about that is
anecdotal evidence, but it's overwhelming anecdotal evidence.
And you don't have to handle 100 replies all at once That's
the other thing.
Yeah,
that's the other thing. But the point is, I'm not getting 100 replies. Like, if I sent that same message to that same audience through KV Core as a blast email, an email broadcast, it would be crickets. I might get 1 or 2 replies. I'm getting a reply every few minutes.
I think they're delivering it with Gmail, which in and of itself is a lesson.
Yeah. So, worth exploring, trying. Most likely, you already have a way to play with it. You probably already have a white label version of Go High Level for something that you have. And if not, reach out. We can make some recommendations, or sign up for iList. Get a free trial with iList. growwithjosh.com/iList. There's a CRM that they include with it. It's a Go High Level version of CRM, and you can play around with it. And it's a 45-day free trial.
It's incredible. If you're a marketing automation geek and you're watching this and you haven't tried High Level, it's incredibly powerful. There's a lot you can do.
So for whatever that's worth, that's been working really well and is follow-up related. And then go ahead.
Just because you mentioned it, Thanks.io has a similar feature for mail. We call it staggered sending. It's kind of not used that often, but you could upload a list of people and say, hey, I want to hit them 1, 2, 3 times a year. And it'll just take your whole list of, say, 100 people and divide it by the days in the year and just send a few out a day, basically.
So you could do that. Well, it sends the same card. It sends the same, like, what would it?
Well, yes. So it would repeat this creative.
Well, but there's nothing wrong with that. Good creative will work time and again. So if you have, let's say there's 200 homes in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Right. I could upload those 200 homes in there, and I could set up staggered send, and I could send them the same postcard 3 or 4 times a year. Let's say I do 4. That's quarterly. If they will get engagement every time.
Yeah, and it's a way to control your budget too. So you have a list of 1,000 people. You just want to make sure you hit them 4 times a year. It just kind of does the math and drips 3 or 4 postcards out a day. Or
Love that. Yeah. I totally forgot about that function.
Yeah.
That's a great shout.
We had a specific reason why we built it. I don't know, but there's use cases where it would be useful.
Yeah. No, I mean, well, this is one, right? Like, you want to spread out your budget, but make sure that you are
consistent.
100%. I love that. Yeah. What do you got?
Just while we're on that tip.
Sorry, hold on.
Yeah. Just while we're on that tip for Follow Up Friday, I saw an electric company doing this. They send one of these like every few weeks. I looked in their account. When they get a referral, they send a gift card.
That's beautiful.
$50 thank you. And it just made me think, like, I need to do more of this myself, but it's just so obvious. If somebody who already likes you enough to send you a referral is doing that, hook them up and encourage that behavior to do it more. And it's well worth $50 or whatever amount you come up with.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny that you mentioned this because I was listening to something this week that reminded me I need to send more thank you type things. For example, I had a settlement this week. The daughter of a client, investor client that bought a home. We settled on a home in November or December. He referred his daughter and they bought a home. Like I need to send him a thank you. I mean, I thanked him. Yeah, I've thanked him, but I need to do it more. This also, this is just, I'm saying this here so I don't forget. The What do you call the function that's built in with the gift card, the gating function?
Yeah.
Would that work with Google reviews?
No, the problem, no.
Okay.
Now there is a way to do it. You can take them to a landing page. So I have an example of this.
So for those, thanks.io, you can send gift cards. Okay. If you have the business account, you only pay for gift cards that are redeemed. But not only that, you can quote unquote like gate the gift card. In other words, that when they scan it, they have to take some action to then get the card. Am I describing correctly, Ryan?
Yeah, and usually you set a redirect URL that it just goes to after the scan.
Okay.
In this case, when you can't control the redirect or put the URL in, you can do something like this, Josh, which I think you'll be able to follow. Basically, you say, hey, step 1, leave your Google review. In this case, it was get your home value. And then step 2 is to retrieve your gift card. So this link right here is the gated link.
So Ryan, could we do this? Could we build this out next week? Whether on our mastermind or whatever, for me personally.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because I think A, I would find that helpful and useful. And B, I think that would be helpful and useful for everyone because all of you could go, let's face it, having more
reviews
on your Google business listing is going to help you in a number of different ways. Whether it organically drives more opportunities for you, in other words, you show up more when people are organically searching for a real estate agent in your market, or people that you've had a conversation with, or they've been getting your messages, and then they go and Google your name to see is this someone that I should trust with what is potentially the biggest transaction of my life. In either of those scenarios, you want to have a presence there, and the more positive reviews, I can tell you, I've had many conversations over the last 2, 3, 4 years where people have said, they will directly tell me that having my Google reviews had an influence over them deciding to work with me. And one of them was this week. Actually, I had 2 of them this week. One was an agent, a newly licensed agent trying to decide what brokerage.
Yeah.
And the other one was, it was yesterday or the day before, on the mortgage side, the financing side. And even though my Google business listing is eXp Realty, like it's my face, it's my name, it's my phone number, and it's Google reviews, right? It's still like people saying, hey, this person can be trusted. This person, is trustworthy.
And it tells Google to trust you more, so you probably rank better for other things you're doing.
Yeah.
In theory. So yeah, let's do that next week. I definitely
here's the other thing you could do with it. So you could, and we'll explore both of these. So you could do it with clients, right, after the fact to get them to leave you a review. You could also do it with leads, and instead of like, you're not asking for a review, but you could say, step 1, check out my reviews, right? Because if you have reviews, right, you're going and people are getting social proof that they should work with you, right? So if people have done something to indicate that they're more bottom of funnel or farther along in the process, that as well. I don't know. I did not have that on the agenda for today, but I don't know.
It's relevant for Follow Friday. We should all be following up and asking for a review. And you can bribe it ethically.
So, and maybe this is part of the reason why I did text Andrew and Michaela I texted them the day after our settlement and asked them to review, and both of them left a review. So now I have 2 more reviews, and I just did that by text. But you know, that would be a strategy that if you can't get it, or to go back retroactively, if you've been dropping the ball on that, and maybe get some more reviews. Anywho, how much time we got? So I'm going to quickly show my weekly email newsletter. If you've been listening for any length of time, you've probably heard me say every Friday morning I send an email newsletter to my entire local database, and I think you should too. Today's is a video I recorded this morning with 5 fun things to do this February. That's a lot of F's here in Central PA. I recorded it with Loom. It's just a my webcam, and I had the 5 events open as different tabs. They were just Facebook events, and I picked one thing to do every weekend. And there was one bonus one because there's only 4 weekends in February. There was one additional one that I just thought was funny or something. I can't remember exactly. And it had nothing to do with real estate. I don't even reference real estate in the video, but there are other ways that people can engage, right? They can search all homes. They can get home values and or cash offers. And I've got a little, who do you know that might be thinking about buying, selling, or refinancing this winter or spring, right? Next week, I'm going to do a market update. Although next week is the 9th, it'll either be next week or the following week. I'll do a market update. Sometimes it takes the final reports and figures and data is a little lagging. So that data might not be available that I typically use for those until the following week. But talking about events, fun things to do in your market updates, featuring local businesses, or last week, I scrambled. Did we not have a show last Friday? We didn't have a show last Friday. No. That's why I didn't share this. I pulled out one of Ryan's tricks out of a hat. We were literally driving to Delaware. My wife drives because she gets car sick if she doesn't drive. And it was the whole family.
We're in Delaware. Sorry.
Anyway, so we're driving and I pull out, I forgot my weekly email newsletter. I forgot to plan it out and send it. So all I did was I grabbed all of the price reduced homes in the 4 primary counties that I service. I took a screenshot of the map view of that on KV Core, and that was my weekly email newsletter, right? Simple and easy. It was better than nothing, and it got a bunch of people coming back to the site and looking at houses. So it doesn't have to be, I literally did that while in the car on my laptop, driving to Delaware. Anyway, all right. I got to get caught up on things. Short and punchy. Lots of good nuggets for everybody. Next week, we'll demonstrate the gating, the gift card gating idea. Yep. And tie that in with Google reviews. But there's other ways too. Ryan has shown in the past, you can find videos on the Thanks.io YouTube channel of him. You could gate it with a video, right? Where you're trying to get them to watch a video before that. Any number of ways that you can do that. We'll dig into that. Monday, we'll do some mortgage talk. Of course, texting and traffic on Tuesdays. We've got the mastermind on Wednesdays as well. Those sessions have been great. We've had lots of folks joining us, good interactions, great things all around. If you need any help, if you have someone that we can get pre-approved for you before the weekend or during the weekend, please don't hesitate to reach out. And if you haven't tried out thanks.io, you should do that, or go to my thinly veiled affiliate link for Just Listed, Just Sold, justlisted.info. And if you use that link, it will help me pay for my children's college.
Well, let me share this with everybody. JustListedJustSold.info. That'll go to Josh's affiliate link, but we did create an affiliate program for JustListedJustSold.com. Everybody is welcome to sign up. Just reach out to me. I'll help you get started with that. But you'll make money every time somebody you refer sends a Just Listed or Just Sold card.
So use it, and then tell all of your friends in the business about it, and get an affiliate link. Use Rebrandly right? Well, I often say growwithjosh.com/whatever. I use Rebrandly to make those simple redirects. I have joshvips.com, which is what I use for like local links, right? Get something like that, and then just share, hey, check this out. If you have a recently listed or sold property, you should use this platform I just did, and it's great.
We need to do a session about affiliate marketing for agents, because there are ways with your normal activities, things you're doing every day, to establish an additional stream of revenue from
absolutely. There are ways that you could do that in a fashion that isn't a distraction, where you can have it be sort of integrated into what you're doing already.
Email PSs, banners on your website, stuff like that. So we'll do that sometime soon.
That's a great idea. Great idea. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you all. Hope you all have a great weekend, and we hope to see you back Monday morning, bright and early, 10 a.m. Eastern, hopefully with some sunshine here in Central PA. Who knows? We'll see. And
since there's no football this weekend, I'll leave you with this.
Uh-oh.
The only good thing about the Eagles ever. I can't get this. I saw this morning and I couldn't.
That is great. I haven't seen that. That is phenomenal. It is for those listening only. It's Jason Kelce, and then what would you even describe?
I don't know what that is. It's like an old painting, but you've seen that painting before.
Yes, totally.
Totally.
Jason Kelce is a national treasure. He is a national treasure.
Sure.
All right, everybody. Take care.
Yeah.
Have a great weekend.